Hey everybody, welcome back to my Eurovision React Review channel, and welcome to part 2 of our vlogging of Madrid. What is it again? PrePartyES.
PrePartyES.
We keep forgetting, right?
It's a pre-S party.
Hold on a minute. I need to show them my merch. Well, I say merch.
Shane decided to almost collapse the entire system.
Hold on.
Oh dear.
What's happened? Oh, ow. Right, so we got a bag, right? And hold on a minute. We've got that press thing.
Yes, we got a little.
What did I say to you as we were walking down? What did I want more than anything?
I want my lanyard.
I wanted a lanyard. Last year they just gave us a wristband.
Yeah, last year we got wristbands. This year they went a bit more fancy, and we got a little. It felt official. So
right, I'm gonna put this on. Last time I really will wear it where it makes sense. Right, let's.
So I put a shirt on, and he's putting that thing around his neck. So here we go, adding a bit of colour.
Exactly. Oh, hold on a minute. I need to also say.
We need to show you
Paco's t-shirt.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Paco Chico Toxico. He's got loads of t-shirts printed. How cute! He gave it to me for free.
So follow his channel, ladies and gents.
Chico Toxico, the loveliest guy, one of the loveliest guys I've ever met. Okay, right. Okay, so the way that I said that we were going to do this, so we're going to talk about night 2, obviously the night that everyone's seen, because it was broadcast live at home. I'm seeing lots of comments about the quality of the audio though.
Which does not live up to what we lived.
No.
If that makes any sense.
I mean, well, no.
No, it does not.
I
mean, the live feed, in my opinion, I'll be brutal about it, was not done justice. I'm not a sound technician, so I cannot comment on that. But we could not hear like the bass, the reverb, the whole thing that we lived in person was not fed through on the internet.
Because I remember last year raving about Brooks That's Rich, and then I posted something on my channel, and people who watched it at home were like, Shane, it was bad.
I mean,
it sounded fine.
Vocals are vocals at the end of the day. We can't blame it on, what does RuPaul say? Blame it on the edit. So you can use that analogy. But no, I mean, I was watching some of the videos, and I'm like, that's not how I lived it.
No.
I wasn't that drunk. I thought it was fantastic with so many of the vocals. So, yeah, just so you all know.
Yeah, indeed. So we'll already kind of say that we've already said that we got there at 10:30, 10:35. It was supposed to start at 10. I was crying, thinking that we would have missed. And I did say to you, I bet Gustav's one of the first ones on, and he was.
He was, but we didn't miss him, so that's...
Thank God for that. We missed this song, the Love Shine a Light song.
Love Shine a Light, yes.
Yeah. And then as we were in the queue, and God knows what was happening in front of us, it was annoying me, I could hear Blanca start singing Teya.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm a Blanca stan, so...
Also, there was part of me being like, well, I saw it last night.
Yes. I mean, I did think this was like, at least I got to see the girl live, and this is an added bonus. And we did pretty much catch most of it, so that was good.
Exactly. So, yeah. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch someone's top 28. It's not our top 28, but just as a reminder.
Yes.
Because some of the songs are a little bit hoodoo, because... literally near the end. So we're going to watch them, and then, yeah, if we can remember anything specific, then we'll say. Yeah?
Brill.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. So, there were 28 songs, in addition to other songs. So these are just the Eurovision 2023.
I'm sorry, just human now.
Is that the...
This is not how we heard it.
No.
This man sang much better than what has been heard through this clip.
Indeed. I was looking forward to hearing this one live because I'm not sure whether I love it or find it meh. Because ultimately, I've been finding it meh, but I know that the song is a song that I like. Now, watching it last night, I haven't woken up being like, oh, yes.
It's not Burning Daylight.
It's not Burning Daylight.
I really enjoy this kind of music. When I first heard it and I was waiting on YouTube for the live release, I loved it. However, I've forgotten about it over time.
Yeah.
It's a big year, great song. So last night I thought the live was great in person. I thought both of the singers sang tremendously well. And I loved the bridge at the end. The little build-up with the drums, I thought that was fantastic. It still doesn't burn a daylight in me either. No. But I enjoyed the song and I thought they were great, really. So
yeah, I don't have much else to add. It didn't give me the wow moment that I was hoping. That's harsh. I thought he was quite good yesterday. The crowd loved it.
Not for 28th, no, not at all. So now we've got Denmark now, yes. Yeah, I think this is harsh as well for
And
27.
actually, I could hear his live vocal throughout the whole song last night, and I thought he
Yeah.
sounded fine.
I had a fear with that because obviously we've heard Riley do get the use of autotune, so I thought...
I wouldn't say that because a lot of people think that that's not true.
Really?
It's a computerized effect. It's not
All right.
autotune.
Roll to each their own. I thought he was fab last night. I really enjoyed him. I have to say, after seeing him live and perform it, I really like the song. I think it's cute.
That's the second time I've seen it live. When I saw it in Melfest pre-party, he looked really nervous. And last night, he looked like he was trying to entertain the crowd. He's an entertainer. But like, yeah, seemed much more comfortable. Yeah. I think 27's harsh. The crowd liked that song last night.
Yes. Well, what can we say? They are, whether you hate it, or you love it. This was a highlight.
Oh, number one, it's him. No, which one is it? Him. Who liked your photos on Instagram
Oh,
today?
yeah, there's a very random moment where I found, it must have been a hashtag for the pre-party, and I think one of the members went on a journey by going for a hashtag, so thank you if you do watch this video, thanks.
No, I don't think they will. So,
Well,
I'm really, really sure this is qualifying now.
Well,
And it means that one of my favourites is not going to qualify.
it's just one of those, I mean, I was telling Shane, this is the Moldova from last year effect, where the televote went nuts over it, because it was a party pleaser. And this is, without a doubt, a party pleaser. Not for everybody.
I was going to say, what parties do you go to?
I mean, this is some kind of party. It definitely got people's attention. Let's say that. It caught your attention. It's not something that you think, oh God, I completely forgot that. Because you didn't. You couldn't.
I enjoyed this last night. I don't mind saying. And I was watching it, I was like...
It caught everyone's attention. Girl.
Show, yeah.
This man here, my friends. Now,
I know.
I'm just going to add very little because this man here loves her. Now, let me tell you.
Don't say that. That won't go down well. I don't.
Well,
I love the song.
Honesty is policy, and she was lovely, ladies and gentlemen. We met her. She was very approachable.
It's not a glowing reference.
No, but again, yeah, let's go back to the song. Personally, not my cup of tea. However...
Yeah, you've said that.
Girl, you got that song in my head now, and I can't get it out.
That's my mission.
And I
with
know the
everybody.
lyrics. Some of the lyrics.
That's my mission with everybody.
Messing with my mind.
Yes, we did meet Blanca. And I didn't mention Blanca in that previous video. We did meet Blanca. I spent a lot of time, a significant amount of time before the recording, saying some stuff and saying my opinions on stuff. And she was amazing. From my experience. And I know obviously people are saying I don't know her personally. Of course I don't. But again, I think based on everything that's happened so far, I thought that she was quite confident this weekend. I thought she would be a nervous wreck. And she did the purple carpet with her dancers. I think that's a tactful move. Even that first night when they introduced all the acts, she came with her dancers. I think that's a security thing. In regards to, if I've obviously gone through, and again, I'm not saying that what she's gone through is any worse than other people that may have been in the Poland national
Love
final.
word you. This girl is a champion for coming to the parties, doing her thing, promoting her song. Many people could crumble and not do it or refuse to, or I don't know what's happened. However, I thought she was a champion for being there with a smile. She interacted with fans.
You've called her champion twice now, man. I know people know how I feel about this song. This song, I love it, and I really enjoyed it last night. She came with dancers that cost money to entertain a crowd. Liked it. Anyway, this person's shading for 25. I hope she changes the choreography though.
I love the message.
Do you know what's quite interesting actually? So like last year, you can see them all at the top, So they're up the top on the balcony with people that have a bit more money than us who've paid for more
The
expensive
VIP
tickets.
experience, yes.
And so what was really lovely after all the performances is then, obviously it was then dance time, and then they would play certain entries and it would say, look up at the balcony.
Yeah, I love that. That was...
And then they would come to the balcony and just sing their song and the crowd would sing it to them. And Czechi did it.
They did.
And yeah, it's nice seeing, like, they were very, very friendly with... with Piqued Jacks, I noticed.
Oh, great. Some hot tea. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. This song still doesn't pop for me. And again, it's quite good going around and getting the vibe of people. The general feeling in the room is everyone saying this is potentially a shock non-qualifier.
Based on my Eurovision fandom, I'm not surprised by that.
But it's a love song. It's a love song.
It's loved, but so have been many songs. Like, remember Austria last year with Halo?
That's different.
For different
There's reasons why.
I mean, these girls are a completely different genre of music, but anything could happen in a semi-final, as we know, based on history. And also, this does not pop for me. Like, the great singers.
Wasn't it this one where one of the mics wasn't on?
I do remember that
there was
some
sound issues for this.
There was
one.
sound issues. Was it them then?
She was okay. There was one of them I couldn't hear. Yeah, it didn't do anything.
It will depend on the staging at Eurovision.
It's in my bottom 5. It still is. They seem lovely though. Oh, that sound being transmitted does not sound great. Hold on a minute. So. That's what I was confused about last night, because we were in a place where, because we were late, we couldn't really see. When I was seeing her up there, she was with the dancer from Chanel's.
Yes.
But I thought he was going to dance here, but he obviously just came to say hi, because he's not on stage now.
Possibly, yeah.
That was my biggest regret this weekend. I know obviously you wanted to meet Loren. I wanted to meet May Miller. That was my dream.
Mine was a pipe dream, and we'll get to that later. But May Miller, it's a bop. Everyone seemed to love it. The crowd knew those lyrics. It's so easy. It's an earworm, right? It's easy to the ear. She sounded better in person than what I'm hearing here in this clip.
Well, yeah, because afterwards, some people who subscribed came up to me and said, that's going to do well.
And this isn't just like trying to sugarcoat it and go, oh, they were amazing to cover up a bad performance. This was not what we heard.
Let's just make sure that we're still in caption, by the way.
Such a catchy song. Again, people won't forget this. I mean, on the night she's closing it, so it's a great closer.
Yeah.
But then voting will start. You'll remember it.
She's high energy.
Even last.
Like the whole weekend, every time I saw her, she was like switched on. She's high energy. That song, I was very proud. And actually, I think that's the reason why I lost my voice this morning. Because I was screaming this song.
Just the song.
What top 28 have we listened to? It's brutal. That sound being transmitted is not good, but it's not her fault. This is wrong. This song got elevated for me last night. I think it's my number like 22. He literally dances
Gorgeous.
chopping arse off.
I can. Beautiful. I mean, I have to. It's another one.
Taken. I think it's a go.
Another one. But it's a bot. I mean, you can't get it out of your ear. I mean, it's not super high in my rankings. But I do enjoy the track, and I enjoyed them last night on stage. So
I saw ESC Tom, who's a YouTuber who I love. He tweeted this morning saying after seeing that he thinks this might be the Moldova of this year.
Really?
Yeah, after
Think.
that performance last night, bloody hell! Like he couldn't have given it anything more. I thought he was. I was like, if he gives it any more, he's gonna fall over.
Boom! Right.
I think after last night, I think if there is anyone that's saying, imagine we were going through semi-final 1 today, and you said Malta's not qualifying. But I think
that's the brutal
out.
semi-final, isn't it? Based on that.
I don't rule it out.
There is a universe where this qualifies and does really well, but it's one of those songs where it could flop as well. It's so unpredictable. It's a fun track. They did really well last night, so
yeah, they did Malta.
I wish
proud.
them would.
And obviously, we were with Sean for most of the weekend, so I felt very team Malta.
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh,
they were so sweet.
Anymore. Have you got anything to say about it? Like it was, again, like I said, if we're making parallels to any other preview party that's happened, the crowd showed respect and love to them last night. And I could see he was engaging with people at the front, and I saw 1 or 2 San Marino flags. Now I've met them, I want to put the song higher because I like them, but I just think I think I've got it as like number 31.
This is something I enjoyed of the night because it was fun. uplifting song, right? To me, I cannot connect with it yet. I'm not going to discount it completely. I mean, let's wait for Eurovision. Because the San Marino stage is not what Eurovision will be, so...
It's on Spotify,
we'll see.
so give it a whirl.
Oh, I have.
Now, Luke Black.
What a vibe.
Oh, when Constructor came on, randomly.
Thank you, Constructor.
Hello, game over.
Oh, he does say bitch.
He does. No, I think that the little end there, I don't think he actually... Yeah.
Oh,
Slightly censored. I woke up today with that song in my head. Of all the songs, for some reason...
it's in my top 10. I love this song.
It was in my head.
This is the second time I've seen it live. I saw him at Mailfest pre-party, and he wasn't very dynamic. But he said to Georgie he was just so shattered. As in, like, he didn't correlate the two together. I performed badly because I was shattered, but he just said I'm very, very tired. And I saw the performance. And I was like, yeah, it seems it. So last night he was much more dynamic. He's quite a reserved character. I thought that in Stockholm, but seeing him in and around the weekend, he's not an extrovert.
I think he's a vibe. Like, what I really liked about this act was he came on stage, whether he was tired or not, he gave us that performer attitude with the hello, the turning around, the little well, I loved it. Then the little moment of Constructor passing on the torch, so to speak, from the previous year. I thought that was a cute little touch. And the song it's growing on me, I'll say that. I think the instrumental is great. He sings it very well. And yeah, I think...
And he brought the... it's not a crab. What is it? Lobster.
The lobster telephone.
He brought the lobster.
Hello, game over, bitch.
She's amazing. The crowd went mental for this.
It was always going to be
And it's also really
one
interesting
for the Euro fans.
watching the other artists watching songs and like seeing them vibe with songs. But I could see a lot of the artists looking at this sounds so horrible, and I'm probably looking far too much into it than I should. Looking at the crowd going crazy and thinking, oh, I wish that was the same for my song. Because the crowd went
possibly,
mental
but you
for
never
this.
know what they might be thinking in the moment. Alessandra,
She's a ball of energy.
fantastic, still in my top 4 to win it all. She was lovely to meet in person at the press party. She sang that song. She did. I really wanted to hear the whistle note. And for this performance, she did more of a non-head voice. But it was fantastic nonetheless. It doesn't take away from the fact how well she did it and delivers such a incredible gem of a song. I mean, many people will be, oh, it's generic, oh, it's this. But it's Eurovision, ladies and gentlemen. And I love Queen of Kings.
Yeah, it's a bop.
This
is the
I think it was at this point we had the one and only Miss Queen coming on after, right? So I think we were pumping ourselves up for her. So maybe that's why it might have been forgotten. But I thought he did very well.
He did very
well. that drop when it comes in was just fire.
I told you today, didn't I? The one thing I remember. So obviously, the artists are up there. Obviously, with the people, there's a bar and stuff. And when Lorraine came on for both Euphoria and Tattoo, anyone that was still up there, the artist, came to watch that. And I said to you, they were all going mental for Euphoria. Even like Wild Youth were recording it. And Pash had made his way up there and watched the performance.
He was watching.
And his face did not move. Everyone else was cheering.
2012.
And then I thought that, I don't know whether, I'm not looking into that. I promise you, it was obvious. Everyone was going mental and he was just staring. That was it.
I mean, I didn't see it personally, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of this song.
I mean, you loved his 2012 song, didn't you?
Oh my God, when he performed that, I was lost.
I personally prefer his song from this year. I mean, I just love a bit of that genre of music, so it got me in the feels. I thought it was a bop. People liked it.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's like I'm rating all these songs greatly, but it really was a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Fans love it. Fans love it. Also, because we were so far back, and I think because he was crouched down the whole time, I didn't see him.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And we had a pillar where we were standing as well.
I love these guys. I mean, they are a vibe. So, why am I saying I'm not 12?
It's a vibe. Probably
no,
because I used it once or twice already in the video.
like that lead singer is an absolute legend. Like he probably watched 2/3 of the performances and he knew all the lyrics. Him and the lead singer of Joker's Out, and I was watching them pretty much every song. They knew the lyrics.
So 3 things I want to say about them. Underrated.
100%.
Those trousers. Or those
Everything.
rainbow trousers. And such an uplifting message. The people were singing along to
Certificate
it.
for the obvious statement in the world.
Yes, I mean, it just verged onto that the cheese factor.
The crowd loved it.
But hey, it is what it is. It was a great song. I think Eurovision fans need to revisit this and think about it.
We'll go down. Oh, I forgot about
Oh,
I went to go and get
I
a
would
drink.
have loved to have seen
I went to the toilet.
Well, it was there was no live artist on stage at that moment, so it was the right thing.
But they're on tour, that's why. But they're going to be in Amsterdam. And there is a lot of love for this song. A lot of love.
I have this in my personal top 10. I love glam rock. I think the song's great. I would have liked to have seen. I mean, I understand why they did an acoustic version because it was a new element to the song, right? I really love the song as it is, and it would have been amazing.
I would like
see
to have
them.
had an opportunity to listen to it live because I haven't got it high.
So happy we
To change your mind, yes.
This person's harsh. Everyone's been talking about this on Twitter this morning.
That arena loved this.
Is it an arena? A room?
A room.
Honestly, Twitter was going crazy about this morning in regards to myself. Like, obviously, I told you when I did my top 37, who was last?
I can't believe. I mean, I understand maybe it's not your cup of tea, but dead last.
No, I know. And I still prefer their song last year because they played that last night, and I do love that song. And
Whereas I feel the other way around.
it's not last anymore. But I need to change it around because they're amazing, and also they are just so freaking lovely. Everyone that
They came
spoke
down to the
met-
crowd.
Yes, 3 bands did that. So everyone was up there, but 3 bands made a conscious effort to come down with the
I
poor
think in
people.
my memory, he stuck out because of his iconic hair. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, he's here. You know,
And like he
just
was
standing with us.
but he was also dancing like they were dancing to Cha 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 right?
Upstairs by the VIP. Yeah.
But no, as in he was in front of us with Cha Cha Cha, and I could they
yes,
were
he
dancing.
looked like he was enjoying it.
Them, the busker, and the lead singer of Wild Youth came down. And then obviously we were very lucky to meet people at the press events, but obviously there were genuine Eurovision fans that when they saw them in the crowd went absolutely berserk and got lots of pictures. This was amazing, and I think people
Great.
who were sleeping on Australia are no longer doing that.
I mean, it's another one just like Lord of the Lost and the Busker. We don't know how this is going to do in Eurovision. It's one of those, it could go either way for so many different reasons, right? This song has so many elements which change. And I specifically like the ending when it has that dramatic. It's a moment. I really enjoyed it when I was watching it.
And everyone that I
And that
spoke to met
helps.
him and met them said that him in particular is amazing.
Added bonus when you're a fan and you're living it, right? So
And I'm assuming they're not going to go back to Australia now. I'm assuming they're in Europe now.
good shout. Yeah.
This was amazing. I spoke to a few people last night who didn't rank this, but after last night.
I have always said this about the song. I think so many people are sleeping on this. The same with this, and what was the other song I mentioned before? I felt people need to Ireland. There's elements in those songs that could really work with the average viewer. Like Watergun. I mean, I love this kind of ballad. I mean, his voice was so good, and he's young, right? He's 18. What a voice.
Didn't he come after Blanca from Poland? Because didn't I make a comment? So that was harsh.
It was yang and yang way. Beautiful song. I mean, yeah, maybe the lyrics, some people could say it's predictable, but I engaged with it. I thought it was beautifully done, and good for him.
Yeah, and like I said, there were 1 or 2 people last night who I spoke to said that this has gone up after last night.
Good. I'm good.
Be a soldier.
Your boo. Brunette.
Oh, she had the technical room at the beginning.
She
of
did.
November.
She
Bless
was
her
one
heart.
when she had to sign for the sound people to do something with a mic. Bless her. I'll let you talk about this. I can't connect with this.
Yeah, you say no, and that's fair. Look, it's my second
I
favorite
like the
song
song.
this year. It's my
I
second
enjoy
favourite
this
song.
song.
I thought I love. I mean, she probably could have sung it awfully, and I would still be there being like and loving it because I love the song.
And so then,
but she didn't sing it.
So then I'll
badly.
come in and I'll tell you she did well. She did a good job.
Yeah.
She sang it on key. It was all there. There was delivery. There's that breakdown, the change of music, right? Was it? It's like a rap, isn't it? That comes in
into the second
towards
verse.
the second verse. And over into the bridge.
The most annoying thing though is she didn't do any of the press stuff. So she must have just arrived before the concert. And what was even more embarrassing is I forgot what she looked like because we saw Evie Adam. What's her name?
Evie Adam.
I was like, is that Brunette?
La la la. No.
I was good job. I didn't go up and be like, oh hey Brunette.
That would have been not great.
I was so happy to see this live, and it's a shame I didn't get to see. This song has massively gone up, but I didn't have it high.
I've been up and down with this song on my ranking. At first, I was like, "Oh, next," but then, "Oh my God, what am I doing? How am I not, enjoying this?" And watching them last night, they deserve to be there. I hope they make the final. Is it in my top 10? Not personally.
No.
But they were lovely as well, and I loved the attire that they were having, throughout the press conference and on stage. I enjoy this.
They're having amazing
They
PR.
did well.
They're having amazing PR. They obviously are in it for all the right reasons. They did a random meet and greet with fans because I saw a tweet at 4:00 on that Friday, which I thought was quite sweet, outside the arena. Well, the room.
The enclosed space.
And like I said, that lead singer, Boyan, knew all the words to all of this year's songs. He was singing away. And yeah, just on the purple carpet, it was just evident. They're just very charismatic, very
You've hit the nail on the head there. It's so nice to see, essentially, the competition singing along to the songs. Because at the end of the day, this is an experience. And it's so lovely to see them, enjoying what is a show at the end of the day.
And I forgot to say, it was very evident the first day, there is solidarity between Piqued Jacks, Sudden Lights, and Joker Out, and Wild Youth.
The bands.
But it's also some of the bands that have had some heat. Because Joker Out had, do you remember the BBC did that whole drama? The BBC's just done an article.
Oh, yes.
And I don't think it was very favourable about this. But anyway, Joker Out was one of the first acts on Twitter to stand up and defend some acts that got some heat.
I did not know this.
So basically, there's been a few times where artists have been announced and those four really support each other. And I think there's a reason for
Brotherhood.
that. Yeah, big time. And this band is the biggest support of everybody. Every time acts were introduced,
And do you know what? I mean, again, it was Madrid, right? So there's people from all over. But the Slovene language, there were so many Spanish fans there, and they knew the lyrics to a language that they probably do not speak, but it's the power of this song. Yeah. It's for that too. That's powerful. So
I think the general consensus, even if the song's not your thing, the general consensus is they're very loved this year.
Yes,
they're very loved.
Queen.
11 is hard. She's really going for the divas.
What I really loved about Lazara, I can't remember all of them right now and what they had on stage. Yeah, she is the best dressed of the night because that's what stands out.
That's stunning.
That mug, that hat, it was just I mean, we see the music video and it's stunning. It's classy. But she came on that stage and she came with that stage presence.
And the songs that are favourites. Well, obviously this is the first time we've heard this live. But again, when she came on stage, I noticed the acts from this year. A lot of them came to the barrier to watch her. I think number one, just out of curiosity, because no one's seen her live yet. But number two, and actually I was looking at Mae Muller, she was singing along. So it's my favourite.
Oh, she's one of the favourites without doubt. I mean, if the acts are coming over to see her, this is one to watch. I thought she did really well live. I mean, she's a pop star. I mean, some people are saying the French Dua Lipa. I think she's got her own style, but I understand the elements of maybe the disco theme.
That BBC article puts her as a potential winner.
Yes, it did. I think only 3 of them were put down as that.
This
vocals, as a singer myself, how can I not? She shows up so many people in what is a vocal masterclass. I mean, she's great. She can sing.
It looked effortless.
Didn't she win X Factor or Estonia or The Voice or?
I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, it shows. I mean, that those vocals, honey.
Yeah,
fantastic.
This was phenomenal. Like, I like the song anyway. You say you can't connect with the song though.
I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe I'm comparing it to previous songs. I don't know. I'm missing. I can't tell you, but maybe I'm comparing it to the other songs of the competition.
This song didn't disappoint last night. The vocal was amazing.
But without doubt. I mean, and in live, she's even better.
I think it's supposed to be doing the top 5 of this. This is definitely one.
To love someone like me.
So you said after last night that you're putting this well high after last night.
I was in the train on my way to Madrid, and I was going through all the songs, getting geared up for the weekend, and she came on, and when this came out originally, I really enjoyed it, and then I think it was one of the first national finals, right, to end. I've kind of forgot about it, and I hated myself for it, because I was listening going, I'm connecting with this song. Ironically, we're going from the previous song to this, but this speaks to me in a very deep level, the lyrics, and I read the story behind and what the song is about.
And also, she looks beautiful.
This on the night could be a surprise. It's in my top 10 now. That's how much the pre-party has done for me. She sings another boss, like Alika, like she can sing live, and what a beautifully written song, and the melody and that hook with I mean, she's wow.
And I mean, again, it was one of my ambitions to see her sing Love, the previous Eurovision song.
This time
I lost it last night. I jumped up and down on the spot like a madman. Oh gosh, Spanish people aren't gonna like this.
Only eight.
Eight.
You darling.
So which one was the 4-minute version?
This was the second night, because she did like an acoustic beginning.
Well, we missed like the first minute of this.
It's like the acoustic version was day 2.
We can't really comment on this because we missed the first minute, didn't we?
That's right. However, she did a similar version to this in Portugal, where in Festival de Canção, right? And she did like a very similar version because she was a guest on, I think, one of the semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken. And so I kind of gather what it was. I mean, have we not said enough? Blanca Paloma is just a queen.
But the different versions that she's given us, I'm so fascinated to know what she's going to do.
She is doing her homework. She wants to give the best performance to the fans.
But as in, what are we going to hear? Because when was the when did they introduce the dance break? Last night or the night before?
It was the first night. My issue is it's 3 minutes, so it'll be a need to. How are you going to fit in that dance break?
I don't know, but ultimately, I want that intro that she did in Israel, because that was
with the
amazing.
Opening and the what I've always said reminds me of something very Egyptian, even though it's flamenco and it's Spanish, music as a whole. I could go on and on. The other artists are in awe of her. Like,
oh my
every
god,
time she comes on, because she is one of the vocalists of the season.
Well, I mean, when I asked pretty much every person which song would you cover this year instead of your own,
they were saying a lot of
most of them said Teya, right? Yeah, and and when
many of them were like, well, I don't know if I'll be able to meet the vocal criteria. But she was just, and she's magic. She's not just a good singer, but she's connecting. Another song which I found spiritual from the crop this year. 8 is just unfair. I don't know.
Well, you don't know who's in front of it yet.
I mean, she's top 2.
I've already realised Gustav's ahead of this, and Gustav was amazing last night.
There he is.
I've seen 1 or 2 people on Twitter saying that they've woken up a little bit to this song.
I did too. I mean,
yeah, it's a combination of also meeting him and
you can really appreciate this
lovely.
when we heard it live, like the instruments. It's a banger, it's a club banger. Where maybe when we've heard it in the music video, we've heard it in a little recap, right? But he was on fire. What a great opener to day 2.
I can't remember the running order, but I know he was one of the first ones. But I know when we arrived, because we were quite anxious because we were late.
It was our first one.
after him singing this, I calmed down and I was starting to enjoy my evenings. Before that, it was stressful. Very stressful, Kieran.
Look at him, and just a vibe. Again, with the vibe seems to be the word.
Try to say the right words at the right times.
It's semi-final 1, isn't it? Latvia. It's
I
just
can't
brutal. It is a thing. I enjoyed this last night.
I wonder if they'll bring to Eurovision, you know how the music video and the hands.
Well, they can't really, because the
Six
idea,
people limit,
the concept in the music video is amazing, and obviously they won't be able to do that. I like them. I actually really like them. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I love the chorus on this song. I think it's a great chorus. I think the melody on this chorus is great.
The more you listen to it, the more you understand it. This is what I'll say about this. It's a grow up for me.
Please. It goes without saying. Well, all of the participants were watching this performance and going mental. And
That man has energy. I mean, well, we saw him, didn't we, for the first time in person when we were queuing up on day one.
I think when this finished, either you said it to me or I said it to you. I just winner.
The energy, obviously. I mean, he's one of the favourites with a good reason. I mean, this is...
this obviously the room went absolutely nuts.
This is what we call what we need in Eurovision, a song which makes you go WTF, but I love this confusing moment. All the elements of music mashed into 3 minutes, and his everything with the outfit, the brand that he has going on. I think, I mean, this is one of my tops of the year. Cha cha cha.
Not mine.
Yeah.
No, that's not to discredit this song. Like, I think this song is a great song, and I still stand by the fact that any song that's in front of it are songs that I actually connect with. I like listening to the song.
You can't help what you connect with.
Connection necessarily, like everyone else does. I mean, yeah, he put on a show, right, and the room went mental. So much so that when it finished, I was like, yeah, I guess.
The energy this man had.
But I mean,
in love.
It was obviously before the Queen came around. Okay, so I'm going to steal what Kieran has said. It was very evident that she is a seasoned performer, because as you said, she was one of the few that actually sang two different parts of the room.
This is what made me cry last night.
You did cry.
Tattoo. I was cried like the...
Show people your tattoo, actually.
So I got this 10 years ago, this Euphoria tattoo. And I've sang it so many times, countlessly, to death. And it was a full circle moment for me, seeing her in the flash doing Euphoria. And we were saying, will she do Euphoria?
I said she wasn't going to.
Of course she was going to.
But I said to you, as soon as Monica did...
this time.
And I said, well, there we go.
Because if Monica doesn't do that...
If Loren doesn't, then that's shading.
I mean, Tattoo, I've been loving this song since the word go, and to all those people on the internet comparing it to Euphoria. It's so not Euphoria. It's a sequel, in essence, as I've been calling it. It's a sequel 10 years later. A completely different story where she is now. And I cried. I mean...
You did cry.
Like, so many gay boys in the room.
You massively fangirled.
I mean, we got back to the hotel and just reminiscing. I got so emotional. I'm like, what a moment. I mean, my favourite part is the beginning and those lyrics. I mean... Music is, to everyone, their own story, regardless of what the song has been written for and what it represents to you. And that's what Tattoo did. And what she did, and to finish off this, was what you pointed out. She was one of the very few artists who went round the stage and addressed a song, say, this side of the stage and that side. And I said, I'm probably delusional, but it looks like she's looking at me. But that's a performer. She's engaging.
I was prepared to not engage with it as much because obviously Loren being Loren, there were moments of the weekend where evidently it was Loren. Like, she didn't turn up the first night when all the acts were introduced, nor did Mae Muller, to be fair. She didn't turn up to the purple carpet. As far as
she was there. She was there on day one.
Yeah, but she didn't go into the night.
Yeah.
And so... as a result of that, I didn't know it's quite an intimate setting, that room, and so I didn't know the kind of performance that we were going to get. But I mean, if it makes any sense, it was a selfless performance, as in she gave herself to the crowd
without taking credit from any of the other performance. She was the legend. I mean, there's apart from the fame behind it and the history.
Yeah.
It's who she is as an artist, those power vocals, the way she delivered them, the way she looked at the people of the crowd. I mean...
Yeah.
Wow.
She's amazing. Did not disappoint. And obviously all the artists were watching on the balcony and absolutely loving it.
Georgia.
I
Oh, I've also got a comment on this.
forgot this one.
I'm going to be honest, because this is a review at the end of the day. I was so disappointed. I had this fifth before coming to Madrid.
No, to be fair, people love it.
That instrumental, I mean, I love that genre of music and the mix, the music that she puts together. And she's the winner of The Voice Georgia, right? And she sang it really well. Came Madrid, she sang it well live. I mean, she's a great singer. There was a disconnect for me, personally.
She was near the beginning, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I actually don't remember this. Which is
I
worrying.
think staging will elevate it on Eurovision.
Well, this person seems to think it's top 3. Imagine vocally. couldn't hold
Vocally,
it.
and the song is great. So.
How could we forget Mika?
How could we forget this?
She was amazing.
Speaking of another great voice, yeah.
She was supportive of the acts up on the balcony.
She makes me smile. So even watching this, I've seen it already.
If she does not
I'm
qualify
like,
out of that semi-final, I'm a piece of me.
oh my god! I am. If there's any justice,
because if you look at the
she
betting odds,
has to
she's
qualify.
She's not going through, unfortunately. But I think that's. Just
I think that's
it's semi-final one,
rubbish.
Kieran. They asked me 5 people not going through,
but
and she could not go through. There is an absolute chance that will happen.
She has conviction in those vocals. The song, people know it. It has its little thing in it where people are like, I could have sound.
The crowd. I mean,
just
the crowd went mental, but it's because also she gave herself to the crowd. Like she was. I mean, she knows what she's doing. She's like a seasoned professional. She's freaking dynamic, charismatic. What's the RuPaul thing? I've just seen that. Nerve, uniqueness, what is it?
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
All of those things.
She very much embodied that. Yeah.
Right, I would say out of all of the songs last night, in regards to my personal rankings, this one is the one that has gone high for me. It's not my top 10, but it's only floating around 20 at the moment.
This has also gone high for me, significantly.
It goes like, oh, this is another song where the artists came to the balcony and were singing and recording, and the room went mental for this. I couldn't really hear
harmony.
Yes. But we didn't hear that because all I can hear is the room is singing because everyone was singing.
Everyone knew this song, and obviously, apart from the po part, which is now on. I mean, this is a song that everyone was thinking, oh my god, how is this going to pan out live? Because we haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah.
And like we know in past Eurovision, I mean, it's all about that first live performance, honey, and how it will, it will be Eurovision, right?
I'm still curious about that staging.
Yeah, that's another factor that is still in the unknown. I really enjoy these girls. I think it's a great song. It's gone up my rankings. I think it's.
I'm trusting the Austrian broadcaster. I can't think of a staging that they've disappointed me with yet. So I'm hoping they know what they're doing with this song. Because
really?
What?
Okay.
What?
No, I'm just reminiscing, thinking.
Even last year's staging was quite good.
The moon with running on air. Yeah, I'm just going through the. Yeah,
they're
good.
Caesar Samson was
Conchita.
insane.
Okay,
Okay,
you need some sleep.
So top 3 from last night.
Okay, right. So thinking about it, I am going to stay true to the top 3 I had beforehand, and my top 3 I got to witness live. In third place, it's tough because I don't want to miss out. Shout out to Stay from Lithuania and Austria's Who the Hell is Edgar, because those 2 songs have gone way up. They're both in my top 10 now. So those were the growers of the night, of the weekend. Number 3 is Cha Cha Cha. I mean, Eurovision winner potential, obviously, and he gave me what I wanted, what I was expected. Number 2 has to be Blanca Paloma. I mean, we've said it all. And we've said it even more for Loreen. I mean, Tattoo. I mean, my top 3 is predictable, right? You could say. But there's a reason why they have such a strong following. Those 3 are so different to one another.
You just
yet
said the
so
top 3.
Mm-hmm.
You just said the 3 favourites. Just realised.
Well...
okay, so I think the ones that stay in my head... Lithuania, France. Like, I actually thought France was very, very good. I need a third one. Who did I lose it for? Lorraine. Yeah, absolutely. And then, I would say after last night, the 2 songs which I think I need to change slightly is Austria and Slovenia. And Australia. and Australia.
Oh, you need to make a change there with Australia. Dead last.
I think Azerbaijan's gonna basically fall victim of that move around. I think it was their fault for not being at the preview party. Right, cool, done.
That's it. Yeah, that
Right.
was. What a weekend!
It was an amazing weekend. And so hopefully we will do it all again next year.
3rd year running, we'll see. And also shout out to everyone we met on the night rights. There were so many lovely people. I mean, the press party and then the show, but the after party and meeting, there was such a good ambience. Shout out to the little conga we did to Quero Ser Tua by Susie, which
Hold on a minute, there's no we there.
you did not want to put it. Yeah, you were on the side, but yeah, it's such a good energy and
if you've never been,
such a party.
go. I
Yeah,
can't talk
Madrid,
about
darling.
I can't talk about any of the other preview parties I've not been, but
Yeah.
there's a reason why I've come back to this one.
Because we enjoyed it so much last year. It was
amazing.
great. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, let's leave it there. And so yeah, until next time, stay safe. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.